Hey YouTube, for this video, I will be installing a new double-din radio in my sister's 2011 Chevy Malibu. The radio I will be installing is a touchscreen Boss Audio Model BE7ACP. For the install, you will need a radio deck, single or double-din, radio wiring harness, and an installation kit for your specific vehicle. The wiring harness we bought for this vehicle is a PAC C2R GM11. The radio will come with a set of wires that plugs in the back of it. The wiring harness will plug directly into the vehicle's factory plugs. You need to splice both set of these wires together in order to have a plug-and-play setup. The wiring harness will have a wiring key that will tell you which wires to splice together. The wiring harness for the Malibu comes with a module as seen with the spliced wires. Not all wiring harnesses will require the module. The radio installation kit for this vehicle comes with the plastic radio cover and side supports. The side supports have tabs on them that would typically rest on the back of the radio for additional support. The radio we are installing is too large for these supports. In order for the side supports to work, I need to break off these tabs. After setting up the wiring harness, you will need to set up the installation kit. The side supports are marked left and right. These supports click into the faceplate. After clicking both sides into the faceplate, you will slide the deck into place from the back of the side supports until it sits snug in the faceplate. Both the radio and installation kit will come with screws to hold the radio in place. You can choose which screws to use, based on which one fits best. As you can see, there are multiple places to install screws. I placed 2 screws on each side where the holes lined up. Be careful not to tighten the screws too much, or you can damage the radio. Also be sure the screws are not too long, or it will also damage the radio. This is the radio we will be removing. We will start with disconnecting the car battery. Next, we will put the key in the ignition and turn it to accessory so we can shift the car into low. This will move the shift knob out of our way and allow us to start removing the plastics. We will need to remove the plastic around the shift knob in order to get access to the plastics that surround the radio. Whenever removing plastics, be sure to do it carefully and with minimal force in order to not damage or break any of the clips that hold the plastics in place. You will see me using specific plastic pry tools. These can be great tools for removing plastic. They can get to places that fingers cannot and apply pressure to the correct places. I bought this set from Amazon. Once the plastic around the shift knob has been removed, move on to the silver plastic that is a U-shape around the radio. This will expose 2 screws on the bottom corners that need to be removed before prying additional plastics off. I removed this piece and forgot to record it. The 2 screws are again in the bottom corners. I point to them in the video. In order to take these screws out, you may need to push some of the car's rubber off to the side to get access. Once the screws have been removed, you can remove the black plastic piece. The black plastic piece will expose 6 screws as I point out in the video. First, remove the 2 bottom screws. This will release the AC component of the dash. I then remove the 4 screws around the radio before realizing I need to remove the plastic piece that looks like hardwood. I went back and installed 1 screw on each side of the radio to hold it in place while I removed the hardwood plastic. This piece of plastic was rather difficult. The clips on the corners of this was pushed straight into the dash. This means they had to be pried and pulled straight towards you. The limited access does not provide much room to pull the plastic towards yourself. use extra caution here to not break the plastic or the clips. Now we can remove the radio. Once it is out, you will need to pull the factory plugs out of the radio. I found Chevy likes to make things difficult. These plugs typically have a tab you can squeeze in order to pull them out, but Chevy decided to add an additional tab that needs to be pulled out in order to get to the squeeze tab. I used a flathead screwdriver for assistance. The blue piece is the tab that needs to be slid out first. After the radio has been removed, you will take the wiring harness and plug it into the factory plugs with the blue tabs. The other end will plug into the back of the new radio. Take then wires and carefully push them in the dash behind the new radio and slide the new radio into place. Then begin installing all the screws and plastics in reverse order. Once complete, make sure to put the car back in park and turn the key off before reconnecting the battery. I hope you found this video helpful. Please comment and like. Thanks for watching.